here, but Steve Yzerman broke into the league and was a goal scorer and was a guy that was always challenging for at least top 5 in scoring. And it wasn't until he rounded out his game that the Red Wings started winning cup after cup. I wonder if Matthews is undergoing a similar transformation. Obviously, we saw him finally pot a goal, and I imagine that's going to make him feel good. But even without the offense that was coming from him, and the fact that he hadn't got a goal going into this game, I don't think anyone was really being critical of the kind of game he was playing. Maybe that's because Toronto has so many weapons, but I'm just seeing a more complete, well-rounded game out of number 34. Obviously, it helps when you're playing with Mitch Marner, who is looking like one of the greatest, playmakers right now, and how he's able to distribute the puck. But Austin Matthews is going to get a lot of attention. If the Leafs get past the Ottawa Senators, which it looks like they're going to do, it looks like we're setting up a match with the Florida Panthers, and that's going to be a step up for the Leafs. Obviously, we saw Alexander Barkov go down. There's no update on what his health is, but if the Panthers and Barkov are healthy and they play the Leafs in the second round, well, it's going to be Barkov against Matthews. And, that's going to be a matchup that I'm going to be interested in seeing, because, it's one thing to go up against Shane Pinto. It's another thing to go against a guy who's probably going to win the Selke again this year. So, back to Matthews. I like the style he's playing. I was talking to Ken Campbell, our senior writer, at the game on Tuesday night, and he was like, "I'm not noticing Matthews on the ice." And I said, "Yeah, that's actually a good thing. It means that fine, he's not scoring or doing anything highlight reel worthy, but he's also, being quiet is maybe a good thing for Austin Matthews right now. There's enough guys that can kind of do the Nylander and Marner stuff. He can just go about making sure that his line's not getting scored on and just playing a safe style." And, again, I go back to Craig Berube. I think that is a huge, huge impact that he's had on this team. And, maybe wearing the C, he knows that there's a little bit more added responsibility to the kind of game he has to play.